You and I were born into a knowledge economy where intellect was our edge. But now that edge is rapidly being digitized, distributed, and commodified. So, if that's something that's troubling you and you want to find out the one thing you can do to save yourself from technological obsolescence, then this video is for you. Because let's get real, AI can already do many things built on language, logic, and pattern faster, cheaper, and more reliably than you and I. The very traits that once made us valuable, now is making you replaceable. And while you may be worried what this means for your kids, this isn't happening in some distant future. It's happening here and now. Already, a third of new code at Microsoft and Google is written by AI, not people. Over the past 3 years, 500,000 tech jobs have been shed. The canary in the coal mine signaling the great white collar extinction has already officially begun. So, how do you stop merely surviving the technological apocalypse and start taking advantage of this one great chance to live out your destiny instead? Well, here's what's true. In this brave new world, only two human traits remain irreplaceable: adaptability and intuition. Adaptability, because while you can't outpace the system, you can learn to outgrow it. But that means becoming the kind of person who willingly evolves and transforms, instead of remaining like most people who prefer to hustle, force, and control. When the rules suddenly change, adaptability is survival. But survival isn't what makes life worth living. And to thrive, you need the second trait AI will never replicate: intuition. It's the one faculty no algorithm can fake because it doesn't live in the logical mind. Einstein called it the sacred gift. Steve Jobs called it the real superpower, because intuition is the only technology you possess that can guide you toward your destiny and ensure you fulfill your potential. It's the source of imagination, the doorway to deep emotion, and the wellspring of vitality. But the paradox is you can never understand intuition with your intellect, because these two intelligences run on mutually exclusive operating systems. You simply can't access one while locked inside the other. So, what happens if you do activate your intuition? Well, you stop drifting, you stop chasing cheap dopamine, and you stop mistaking comfort for fulfillment. Instead, you start following your soul's compass, which aims at purpose and navigates by meaning. Because here's the life defining wager reality forces everyone to make. Which will you trust more, life or logic? You are free to keep living from the head, optimizing schedules, perfecting performance, and keep on feeling strangely unfulfilled. Or you can let resonance guide your next move. The unmistakable recognition that this path, this person, this pivot is real, right, and meaningful. Following that signal is the only way to connect with and fulfill your deepest purpose. Because every wisdom tradition agrees, this intuitive signal is your soul's GPS. And while your intellect can't understand it, and perhaps even dismisses it, I assure you, this isn't metaphysics. It's actually foundational physics. Because E equals mc squared. Energy is everything, which means your intuition, the part of you that perceives energetically instead of materially, can guide you better than your limited logic ever could. When you learn to trust this signal, then life stops being a grind and becomes a graceful unfolding instead. So, in this age of AI, where intellect is everywhere, intuition is not just your advantage, it's your lifeline. So, here's what I invite you to do. Today, choose one decision, however small, and let yourself be guided by resonance rather than reason. Then, simply see what happens. If this resonated with you and you're already successful, but something in you knows the old game is ending and you're ready to play a deeper one, you'll find everything you need at resonance.global. As always, thank you for watching.